I know that we're all familiar with what we call a trend. And a trend is something that we follow for a certain amount of time because it'll make some form of revenue, or it'll go viral, or somehow just taking advantage of the moment of a trend. And sometimes we use that as a niche, or sometimes we kind of take that as an advantage to gain something in return. But what I want to share with you today is that a lot of people do this with spirituality, especially nowadays. And I know some real people who have been on this journey and see it as a lifestyle, and people confuse it as a trend, and not knowing the difference between people who are living it as a lifestyle and people who are using it to their advantage. And sadly, our world is full of lies, and our world was discovered and built off of lies. And what if I told you that these are some lies that they tell you about spirituality? And I want to share this in depth with you, so stay tuned to the very end, because the things I'm going to tell you are not only going to blow your mind, but it's going to make you realize that sometimes the things that we have been told is really just a distraction and a way for people to take advantage of our spirit. What is Gooch beautiful beings? Welcome back, Awakened Ones, on another episode on Embracing Essential Series with your homegirl, Brittany Fontanes. If you're new to this channel, so glad to have you here. If you've been on this journey with me so far, gang, only love, you know who you is. On this channel, I am an energetic activator, here to assist you to awaken things you have yet to see, with an emotional awareness to go upon your spiritual evolution. If you want to know anything more about me, you could go in the description box below and go check out my link tree and all my information into the services I render and the things that I sell and make are all going to be down in the description box below. So, beautiful beings, I would appreciate, may you hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, because majority of you watch these videos, but you're not subscribed. What are you doing, boo-boo? What are you doing? So, boo-boos, let's get into what I want to share with you. The lies they tell you about spirituality. I want to share in depth. Right now, my background is going to be changing because I'm definitely traveling. But the thing that's really been mind-boggling to me, when people meet me and they realize that outside of what my logical masculine self likes to do, since I do have a full-time job, outside of that, I do content. I talk about in-depth things that are pretty deep. And when people find this out, some people see it as a trend. Or some people think that it's all about love, light, universe. And that's really a lie, honestly, because it's really not about just peace. It's not about being in a delusional state. It's not about being in la la land. It's not about always being positive. And these are some lies that people tell you. And I want to get in depth because I want you to understand you got to be very mindful and intention in what you are believing in. A lot of people don't want to believe that there is a non-physical world and there is a spiritual realm. And this is what makes up our physicality. This is why chakra systems exist, because those are the energy centers that actually make the physical body be able to exist. Since a lot of people don't want to understand this, they see this type of belief system as a way of just bypassing shit that goes on in the world. And not wanting to understand that it's not all about being realistic or physical. There really is an underlying reason to our existence and why everything happens and the meanings behind everything and everyone. I'm bringing this to the forefront because it's very important that you become mindful of what you invest in. There's a lot of people who are getting into tarot, who are getting into readings, who are getting into psychics. You're seeking so much guidance, and sometimes that is dangerous because you don't know who you're connecting with, if their intentions are pure or not. My friend introduced me to the shaman, and he is a wonderful person, really a person that's really present in his masculine energy, the definition of masculine energy in my opinion. And he is actually doing a project where he's exposing a lot of other shamans that take advantage of people, whether it could be for money, whether it could be trigger warning when it comes to physical abuse or sexual advantages. And that's the sad thing that comes with some of these people that consider themselves a guru or have a big following. There is an underlining impurity behind the things that they do, behind the facade that they have. And the reason why it's important to be mindful when you're getting into listening to readings, when you're getting into meeting certain tarot readers, when you're getting into these psychics, when you're getting into that realm, you have to understand that spirituality, it's not about always being positive. It's not always about seeking guidance. It's not always about getting in touch with to the other realm through someone else. And I'm going to let you know right now, it's a red flag when someone tells you the only way you could get to our creator is through them. Run as quick as you can, because that is a huge red flag. The purpose behind spirituality is to find your own definition and connection to your creator. Meaning, I truly believe there is only one creator that has helpers. Most would consider that God. I like to call it creator because it created everything. And this creator does have assistants, does have beings. You could call them angels, you could call them guides, you could call them archangels, whatever you like to. But I believe there is one creator that created all of us. And I believe we have our own individual way of getting in tune with ourselves to connect with our creator. And we have to create our own processes that make us start believing in something bigger than ourselves. Because most of these gurus and some of these shamans and some people who are trying to entrap you and thinking that they know the way or not really seeing this as a lifestyle would take advantage of you and actually use their manipulation tactics to lure you in and take advantage of your vulnerability. And I want to warn you about that, because it's okay to have certain tarot readers you go to. It's okay to get in tune with psychics. It's okay if you feel like you feel safe with someone who could give you guidance or someone who has teachings of wisdom that you're trying to gain. It's okay to believe in that. But what is not okay is always seeking that outside of you, that comfort, that wisdom, when you have your own source within, when you have your own connection within, when you have all the answers within. It's just the only thing that you're fearing is trusting yourself to carving out your own path to creating the connection that you need with our creator. And what I mean by getting intentional about who you're connecting with, you got to be very intentional by gaining discernment, but that requires trust within yourself. Spirituality is a lifestyle. I've been living this life. Honestly, it's not like I stumbled upon it. I had no choice. I had a spiritual awakening. If you guys want to know more about that, go to my website and go to my About Me. I share my story there. But it just happened to me. And it brought me to a journey that it was like an inner calling I could no longer ignore. And spirituality is a process. It's a journey. Don't get me wrong. When you start to question your reality, when you start to question why you act the way that you do, why you think the way that you do, it takes time to break out of certain characteristics. It takes time to regulate your nervous system. It takes time to find a way to have compassion for yourself, to feel intense emotion. It takes time, boo-boo. And this is a process. Because you're learning how to trust yourself. You're learning that the creator lives within you, and you're learning how to trust yourself and trust beyond yourself in a pure way. Spirituality is a lifestyle, and it takes commitment to live a proper, healthy, pure life. I'm not saying you can't enjoy the human experience and not experience it. I'm not saying to fear everything. I'm not saying to live in la la land and not take accountability and call yourself woke when you're still in bed dreaming, when you got to get your ass up and walk what you talk and actually apply what it is you're learning. I'm not saying to bypass all this. I'm not saying to get absorbed so much in thinking that you're the only one who knows everything and everyone else is asleep. I'm not telling you to live that way. What I'm saying is spirituality is giving yourself permission to create what you want to believe in, to trust that there is a connection to a higher intelligence that really does love you and want to assist you. But also, it is okay to set boundaries. It is okay to know your importance on this planet. It's okay to live by what feels right to you and what you believe in. It's okay to absorb information from different religions, from different perspectives, from different people, but creating your own boundaries and barriers to what you will obtain and absorb and what you are actually going to repel. A lot of people think it's all about positivity and love and light. I'm a huge believer. It ain't about light. It's about love and truth. Because light is like, oh, I'm going to send you positivity. For me, truth is I'm going to spread some light onto you, not only out of blessings, but to help you realize that probably you're your own problem. I trigger a lot of people because I'm honest in who I am. I make my own decisions. I know how to say no. I set boundaries. This is why I'm a little intimidated. Or this is why probably a lot of people gossip about me or call me weird. Is because I know myself and I make my own decisions. But this was a process and a journey that I've been on, say, since I was 21 and I'm 29 now. This is a lifestyle. I can no longer ignore what feels right to my body, my being, my mind. This is why I have no problem cutting people off. This is why I love learning. This is why I love growth. This is why I do shadow work. This is why I love healing. But this is why I also love enjoying the human experience, because I have balance in everything that I do. But that took time. That took me going through the own dark valley of my psyche and my internal being, and fearing myself and seeing myself as an enemy, and morphing that and alchemizing all that dense energy that was poured into me by this world, and learning how to trust myself, how to have faith that I can find what feels good to me and not allow my circumstances to dismantle my spirit or care what people think about me. That takes time. But a lot of people want to make you believe that you need to trust in them, they only have the answers for you, or that there's something wrong with you and you need so much assistance and so much healing and so much plant medicine. You just don't. You just need to sit with yourself. Because stillness is where God is. But you can't know where God is if you're not willing to be still. And you can't have the ability to be still if you're seeking everything and all the answers outside of you. No matter what you absorb, if you're not applying it, there's not going to be a difference or a change in your life. So it's vital for you to be mindful and intentional and have discernment on who you're taking in, and learning how to repel what is not sounding right to you. So this requires you to allow yourself to sit. Because spirituality is about getting very unfucking comfortable. It really is. Like for me, I do believe in Yeshua. A lot of people call him Jesus. I believe that, walking with God, being with our Creator, it's not a all dandy yellow brick road. It's not. Love is sometimes tough. Love is sometimes true. Love is sometimes taking accountability, realizing you're your own problem. Love is about triggering other people and not wanting to be liked or loved, but learning how can you give that to yourself to the point you're not seeking validation, but to the point that you know you have a Creator that is proud of you and happy with you, but wants you to build character and outgrow what is not serving you and what is not maturing you. And that's a process to live this life. But there are some people who are going to make you live in la la land, who are going to make you believe that they have all the answers and it's all right to bypass your bullshit. If people are not teaching you shadow work, if people are not teaching you that it's only up to you to make these changes and heal yourself, and not at least giving you some guidance, if they're not willing to tell you the truth, then that person has no pure intentions for you. So I'm sharing this with you is because there's a lot of lies being told about spirituality, even when it comes to manifestation. Manifestation is not about visualizing, it's not about affirming. It's about literally, how can I change what feels so resistant inside of my emotions? How can I morph these emotions and break out of the barriers and the blockages? And that's uncomfortable, because that requires you to realize your nervous system was made up to be in survival mode. It's up to you to break out of those characteristics. It's up to you to change those emotions by feeling what is the barrier, because behind the barrier is the freedom you're trying to get to, the love you're trying to get to, how to actually vibrate and be what it is you want to receive. It's really up to you. So that's what I wanted to share with you. The lies that have been told about spirituality manifestation. Like I said, again, this is no judgment on other people. My friend, she's a fantastic tarot reader, fantastic psychic. I even follow people on YouTube that are fantastic because they're honest, they're real, they're deep. They really understand my soul, because I'm intentional with what I absorb and what I need to repel. And that is a process you need to learn to do on your own without needing to do so much outside of you into your physical body. Sometimes it just takes stillness and feeling and just learning how to get uncomfortable. And when you learn how to get uncomfortable, it becomes easier to process things to the point not a lot of things in your physical reality are going to bother you as much. That's why I love that saying. Don't be happy because life is good. Be happy because you see the good in everything that is of life. Because when you change your perspective, then your circumstances can no longer dismantle your spirit. Because you have the power to master your emotions and realize you are the one that makes up what you believe in, what you want to see, what you want to do, how you want to act. And therefore, nothing can have power over you. And when you get to that place where you feel so congruent and true within yourself, you no longer care how the world views you. You're more focused on, what can I do to assist the world? Not in a way to make people or the world believe in me or think like me, but what feels right to me, that I feel like my purpose is put on this planet, that I'm meant to serve and give. That is a deep place, and I hope that is your only goal. Other than that, beautiful beings, if you want assistance on this, how to do these processes or make your own, or just understand how to start carving out your own path, you could go to the description box below, hit my link tree, go to my website, and you see all the services that I render. So I will be able to assist you on anything that you need, and I'll be grateful to do so. Other than that, beautiful beings, please hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to hit that notification button so you won't miss out on any videos. Until then, I'll see you on the next one. Stay healthy, loved, and blissful, and just know you are always blessed. Only love.